Wealth inequality, racial inequality, and gender inequality all severely affect the African American population of the United States. It is simply a fact, and you can't deny the statistics. 1 in 15 African American males are incarcerated, 1 in 36 Hispanic males are incarcerated, and 1 in 106 white males are incarcerated. So it's been 7 months since I've returned from my trip to Ghana, and every day I'm still connecting with experiences and lessons I have learned in Ghana. I would like to give a big shout out to leaders of the free world for letting me partake in this trip and for sponsoring it. You can see a picture over here and the logo. It was a beautiful experience, and I encourage all African Americans to travel back to Africa and to learn more about your history and where you came from. So today I will speak about 3 key issues that I think are most important right now: diversity and inclusion, police brutality, and slavery and mental health. Also, I will touch upon wealth inequality, as it is a very important topic. I will be giving you the perspective from a half-black and half-white 21-year-old male. Each side of me is equal. I will be giving you the honest truth from a person who can see 2 perspectives and relate to both cultures. Diversity and inclusion. To me, diversity is not about 1 or 2 people of color as managers and in office. According to the United States Census Bureau, 61% of the population is white and not of Latino or Hispanic descent. That means 4 out of every 10 managers of a company need to be of color. That is true diversity. I demand that we embrace, respect, and accept diversity in all parts of life. Since there's not that much time, I'm going to touch on each topic just a bit. The next topic I'll speak about is police brutality. Our police need to respect diversity and to treat all people equally and fair under the law. The 14th Amendment says, "No state shall make or enforce any law which shall abridge the privileges or immunities of citizens of the United States, nor shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, nor deny any person within its jurisdiction the equal protection of the laws." The government has deprived life, liberty, and property to the African American community, killing our young men, people just like myself, Trayvon Martin. Systematically and lawfully oppressing the African American neighborhoods and communities is a big problem. For example, Black Wall Street. Has anyone heard of Black Wall Street? Please raise your hand. Only 1 hand went up. A once thriving model Black community. Black Wall Street, for example, this is a model community that was burned to the ground through land and air strikes. It was located in Tulsa, Oklahoma. That's inside the United States. This was a wealthy community of African Americans, and this was also terrorism by Americans on American soil. Other Americans were terrorizing other Americans on American soil. When we think of terrorism, that might not be what we think of, but to me, this is a perfect example. The last topic I'm going to touch upon is slavery and mental health. We could have more thriving Black communities if the men of the neighborhood were not thrown in jail and stereotyped as criminals. Criminals are the new slaves, at least according to the 13th Amendment. Neither slavery nor involuntary servitude, except as punishment for a crime whereof the party shall have been duly convicted, shall exist within the United States or any place subject to their jurisdiction. Congress shall have power to enforce this article by appropriate legislation. This means our people can be considered slaves if they commit a crime. Being a slave has a tremendous effect on your mentality. Mental health issues can affect anyone, really. And I personally have suffered from mental health issues. So problems such as depression and anxiety, these are no joke. And the African American population is greatly affected by them. Both socially and economically, we are affected. Has anyone ever heard of the term mental slavery? Please raise your hand. Okay, a few people. We are all affected by this, no matter your color. Due to media sources, we are given all of our information. Think of all the media information that we consume on a daily basis when we scroll through Facebook. All those different videos that we watch, all those memes, all those pictures are all information that our brain is subconsciously taking in. We are given all of our information. When do we have time to think for ourselves? I encourage everyone here to think for themselves more and not agree with everything you see. Maybe you read something online, question it, ask questions, talk to it about someone. Verify your sources. The last thing I'm going to talk about is wealth inequality. Inner city crime is prompted by social and economic isolation. Not enough money is being spent or kept in Black communities. Although we do not have inner city crime in Manchester, minority people are currently isolated in the business community. And I promise to help change that. Being an entrepreneurship major, studying business, big portion of my life, ever since I was 5 years old, I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I could barely say the word, but I knew what it meant and I wanted to be one. Thanks to my lovely grandmother right here sitting in the front row. I love her so much and she has given me so much support and everything on my entrepreneurial dreams. And she will continue to do that. I know she will, because I love her with all my heart and I know she loves me with all her heart. That's very emotional to me because I love my grandmother with everything I have. Now, I'm going to propose solutions. I propose we have another Civil Rights Act, something created by the people for the people. The last Civil Rights Act that affected race relations was preventing segregation of people with disabilities in state institutions, and that was in 1999. The Black Lives Matter movement is standing up for all minority rights, and I want everyone to know that. And it is demanding that we create and enforce, and I am demanding that we create and enforce a new Civil Rights Act that benefits minorities in large-scale ways. I thank everyone for listening to me and my story and my information that I have provided. We are the Multicultural Club.